Okay.
All right, and let me just hold on. All right, welcome everyone. Antoine Thompson, Greater Washington Region Clean Cities Coalition. We covered DC, Maryland, Northern Virginia, and we just expanded to Baltimore. I want to say hello to all of the folks from the Baltimore area who are joining the call now. Moving forward, all of our meetings, we will make sure that someone, at least one of our speakers, is from the Baltimore area as well. So we are just expanded there. Kim and KJ from our team are leading up that charge along with myself. And so we're really excited about all the good work that's happening there. Today we have a number of great speakers that we'll hear from. But I want to, as always, want to give you a few updates. I want to first start by saying congratulations to all the ones that the different communities that won funding last month from the EPA, U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, for electric school buses. We were so excited. Everywhere from DC to Prince George's County, I believe a couple of our school districts in Virginia, as well as other parts of Maryland, were able to win funding for school buses to get some clean school buses. All of them were electric, although we know that propane buses have been winning some contracts as well. So we'll see what happens with the next round of clean school bus funding. And we'll talk about there's some funding opportunities that are available right now, and one application is due to the end of the month. So please make sure, whether you're medium to heavy duty vehicles, that you apply for that funding. If you need a letter of support, we'll get into that a little bit as well. I also want to say 2 days ago, I was in Prince George's County. They, along with Montgomery County, were able to win. I know Prince George's County won over $25 million for a low to zero no emissions grant from the U.S. Department of Transportation. We're able to support that grant, and that was their second one in the last 2 years. So we were really pleased that they won that grant, and many more are coming. So we're really excited about that. Just want to mention a few things. Next week, we will be partnering. We have a new Equitable School Bus Academy. So we're hosting a reception at World Resources Institute on Tuesday from 5:30 to 7. We still need a couple folks to pay for the refreshments. So if you're interested in being able to give some remarks, we're going to have 10 clean city organizations from across the country there, and a number of other good folks will be at this event. And it's on Tuesday at 5:30 to 7 at WRI. But you do have to RSVP so we can get you in the thing. If you're interested, send me an email and I'll make sure you get on the list for that networking event. So please do that. We also have on July 30th, we're having our first job fair in Baltimore City. We are excited about that. I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to this event on July 30th, 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. And so that will take place at the Enoch Pratt Free Library. We're looking for more employers, training providers. So please spread the word on that. So we'll be pushing hard. That'll be our first job fair, career fair out there to promote jobs for folks. We also have that same day, we're going to have one of our final roundtables. It will be virtual on deploying more EV charging and biodiesel and local fueling stations. So that will happen on the same day from 1 to 2:30 p.m. So look forward to that announcement as well. We'll make sure we put that in the chat for you too. On August 8th, we'll have our next Clean Industry and Transportation meeting. That meeting, we'll be talking a lot about that week is International Biodiesel Day. So we're looking forward to a nice party discussion. We'll also have some updates from some of our members. I want to give a shout out. I see Logan's on here from I saw Logan on here as well. One of our newer members from Frederick County. So maybe he'll get him on to give some good updates as well. Let's also a couple other big things. How can I forget this? So October 15th is and 16th is our annual conference. So we're going to have a pre-conference this year, which will include some training, some panels as well. We're going to have an ambassador training, soybean ambassador training, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But then on the 16th, we'll have our full day. It'll start early in the morning and we'll end around 6 at night with a reception. So we'll have an awards luncheon. We'll have some vehicles that will be on display as well. We're going to have some very prominent speakers you'll be able to exhibit. We'll also need people to be sponsors for the conference. We're estimating anywhere from 300 to 500 people for the conference from all over the country. So it should be really exciting. And so you can register now. Make sure you register because the luncheon is going to sell out. So if anyone was at the luncheon last year, you remember it was standing room only. And so the luncheon will sell out. So make sure you start to register for the conference because we're going to be starting to announce speakers and all that good stuff. So make sure you register for the conference and the luncheon as well. We are accepting nominations for the awards luncheon. So make sure that you apply, you recommend folks, and make sure I think we have it where you can put the person's name and organization that you're nominating, your contact information. You got to put a little blurb on them as well. So use the link for that. I also want to thank everyone that participated in the golf tournament that was held, the GWR-CCC Ron Flowers Golf Tournament. We were able to raise some funds. We're going to give away $10,000 in scholarships this year to students. And so we're really excited about that. Hopefully we can continue to grow that pot. So it's not too late to donate to the event. I know many people couldn't make it. A lot was happening. I will put in the chat how you can donate. I want to thank all of our sponsors, people that donated everything from $100 to $5,000. Big shout out to Parts Authority and also Clean Fuels Alliance America. They were our top level sponsors this year, and all the folks that chipped in, especially our committee, Kim and Jill Hamilton, Pedro Layton, Ron Flowers, and Luis McDonald. I want to thank them. I don't think any of them are on, but I want to thank them for their help with putting on that event. This is our third year bringing it back, and next year is going to be bigger and better. I also want to thank Prince George's County. They brought some vehicles out for us to display. We had 4 vehicles that were on display. Toyota, big shout out to Toyota for allowing us to display one of their vehicles. I'm looking forward to our conference. We're going to be displaying vehicles there. Also, I forgot to mention August 27th, we're going to be part of a couple school supply giveaways, but we're also going to be displaying some vehicles in August, on August 27th at Watkins Park in Prince George's County, Maryland. And so we'll need some folks to have some e-bikes, some all different types of alternative vehicles as well. So wanted to share that with you. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to give our speakers a chance to give some remarks. Then I'm going to come back and talk about some funding announcements that are really important. If you do not follow us on Facebook, please do that today. Sign up to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and TikTok as well. We are on TikTok, so make sure that you follow us on TikTok as well. I want to take a moment now to introduce our speakers. Jose Haywood III is the owner of Computerized Auto Search. It's a trusted licensed automobile dealer and vehicle remarketer with nearly 3 decades of automobile industry experience. And he's helping to sell a lot of those used and new electric cars, right? As well. Absolutely. And then we have Charlie Townsend. He is Director of Strategic Engagement for KCE Public Affairs. He consults the United Soybean Board, graduate of Auburn University, also has a master's degree as well. And he supports the team as communication and marketing consultant as well on human health and other good things as well. He does a lot of training all over the world as well. He's a world traveler, always somewhere. I told him he got to take me on one of these fancy trips one of these days. But also want to say one other quick thing about Hosea. He's one of our members all the way from the barbecue capital of Kansas City. And so glad that he can be here. His business is growing and he'll talk about some of the good work. I want to say a shout out before I introduce them, Ben Kessler from Hertz. Ben, glad to see you on there. Hopefully Hertz will give us a couple vehicles to donate to, one to the coalition and one to some needy families or community organizations at our conference. I think it'd be great for the organization. I got a big vision this year. I want to say that a couple of our sister organizations, one in Philly, they had 2 electric vehicles donated to them. And I know all these important people that's on here, you know, we want to donate some electric cars and some chargers and some other good items at our conference. Last year we gave away some good stuff, and I want to do a bigger and better at our conference this year. So without further ado, I'm going to go to Charlie. Go to Hosea, and then we go to Charlie. So Hosea, you're first, and then we'll come to Charlie.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, all. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Anton. He's doing a great job. I appreciate his platform, and I'm always eager to work with him and share my ideas with him and keep him apprised of what I'm doing on a daily, monthly basis as we make inroads into this nascent concept of electric vehicles. I'm an automobile dealer based in Kansas City, Missouri. In January, it will be 37 years. We buy and sell late model pre-owned vehicles. We also sell vehicles that are currently on that are on MSOs and MCOs, which is a manufacturer certificate of origin, and the MSO is the manufacturer statement of origin. So we're buying these type of vehicles. We're buying and selling electric vehicles. We're also a distributor of charging stations, some of the best and most efficient state-of-the-art charging stations. We're doing a lot of things in that space as well. We have a showroom based here in Kansas City, Missouri. We are doing some upgrading and remodeling. We're changing our signs. I think I sent you some images of them in real time, Antoine. And we're redoing the showroom floor. We're reconstructing our website. We're doing a lot of things that are germane to the EV space here in Kansas City, Missouri. We're also making a charge to place charging stations down some of the rural routes in the state of Missouri, state of Illinois, and throughout the East Coast. So we're doing a lot of things in that space as well. It's a heavy lift because, as you know, each day there's something new with this EV electric vehicle concept, whether it's some battery industries, whether there's some unpleasant news like fires, there's some tweaking of the charging stations. There's always something. There's a lot of moving, blocking, and tackling with this concept. But that's a good thing because that's a sign that it's in progress. And so when we see these mistakes or mishaps, it gives us an opportunity as industry experts to rectify and make the system as perfect, almost perfect, because none of them are perfect. But that's what we're doing. We're up and at it every day. We have every EV that we're buying, we're selling them. When I go into the barbershops, my new name now is Mr. Electric, and I spend the bulk of the time in the barbershops talking about demystifying the myths associated with the EVs. So, but it's good fodder, it's excellent conversation, constructive criticism, and I enjoy doing it because as a result of that, I'm selling more EVs and I'm bringing that awareness and ownership to urban America. So we enjoy what we're doing, but the best is yet to come. We're not done yet.
Awesome, awesome. So why don't I do this? I want to go over to Charlie, then we'll come back and ask you a few questions, okay? So we do have questions for you. All right. All right. Charlie, floor is yours. Charlie, how you doing? Charlie, feeling better?
I am feeling a little bit better. I've been under the weather, everybody. So, yeah, but I'm feeling a little bit better.
It's going
Thank you.
around. It's going around. So
Yes, it is. So I'll be a little bit quicker. I'm just here to talk about the BioBase Academy. So, a little bit what I'll do is I'll tell you a little bit about what I do. I do travel across the country working with fleets, particularly on the East Coast, but all across the country working with them to help them green their fleet, and also working with organizations, whether it be owners of facilities, what have you, helping them green their organization, greening their facilities, and greening their companies. So this could be from working with the city of New York, as well as working with companies like Goodyear, who create sustainable tires made out of plant-based products. So one of the things that I want to talk about is the American Lung Association. The United Soybean Board has a partnership with the American Lung Association, and that is called the BioBase Academy. And that is a program that helps organizations such as facilities and fleets help green their organizations by helping them understand the benefits of how to properly, green their fleet and green their facilities. So it's a training program that is at the end of the program, you get certified for it, and it's reviewed by the EPA. So a lot of people go through and take this training program, and then they file grants with the EPA, and then they say, oh, by the way, we have this program that we've taken, and the EPA likes that because once they've reviewed it, as well as USDA, and they know that they can, if somebody's taking this program, they know that they understand how to green their fleet as well as green their facilities. So some of the benefits of it are pretty easy. The first one is that workers. So for workers that work in these facilities and on these fleets, they are sometimes exposed to harsh chemicals and fumes. And same with the employers. So what happens is that, that it shows workers how to better protect themselves, but it also shows employers how to replace those chemicals and fumes that, that are traditionally used with petroleum that don't, or now we use through plant-based products or through another different system. So, and also for employers, they have used the BioBase Academy itself to negotiate with unions and say, hey, we're having our workers take this academy so that we are trying to protect their health. One of the things that it does is it also helps organizations reduce their environmental footprint, with bio-based products. PG County, I think, is on here, and I know that they're a member, and they've taken this, and it has helped them reduce their environmental footprint because they have gone through the academy and understood some of the products that are available. And then they say, hey, we want to procure this, and hey, we want to buy this, and we want to learn more about this program. So that has been enormously helpful for fleets, but also for facilities, in the sense that it reduces the capacity to use petroleum-based products in facilities as well. And it also increases the use of buying products that are made in America. So one thing that the American Lung Association does not do, it does not sell anything. It only educates people about what is available. But more importantly, it educates people about the idea of making sure that your fleet or your facilities is greener with something that is bio-based, made from plant material versus made from potentially chemically harmful material. So and I'm going to post in the chat a link to this. If you're a facility leader or a fleet leader, it's free to take, completely free. You do get the certification at the end. If you were to do it in one day, it would be about 5 hours. So people do spread it out. So there are about 12 modules. The first one is an orientation that introduces you to the American Lung Association and introduces you to USB and talks about the benefits of the Bio-Based Academy itself. And then it goes all the way to success stories at the end. And there are links to other certification programs such as the LEED program, the Green Building Initiative, the Well Building Initiative, and Energy Star. And importantly, one of the things that I wanted to point out is that when the American Lung Association created this program, they created it with the help. It was reviewed by DC Department of Public Works. It was reviewed by Madison County, Madison, Wisconsin Fleet, and the City of New York, as well as the New York, New Jersey Port Authority. So we had some heavy hitters review this so that people understood the importance of it. And from a fleet and facility perspective, the American Lung Association wanted to make sure that they were speaking the language that people, workers wanted to hear. So that's all I have for you, and I'll shut up and let Anton ask us any questions that are.
Yeah, well, why don't we stay right there? So, the Bio-Based Academy, what's one of the benefits of the Bio-Based Academy?
Well, I think the biggest one is the idea of protecting worker health. This has been studied extensively. American Lung Association put a lot of scientists behind it before they put it out, and they know that it really does tamp down on. So when people are around those harsh chemicals all day and all of those fumes, and from the products that they're using, you could talk about, back in the day. I don't think people do this now, but my uncle was a mechanic, and back in the day, he used to wash his hands with gasoline after working on a car all day. Well, now they have replaced those products. Or they don't use gasoline anymore, but they still do use some things that have some potentially harmful chemicals in them. And workers were going home with, chafed hands, etc. And they're just one product that people can buy that doesn't even use that. It's completely safe to use. And I, I talked to PG County about this a couple of months ago. They snapped up that product in droves because their workers really liked it.
I
So
just
that
I just had Alexandria. I'm not sure if they're on, but I just got an email from Daryl, and Daryl followed me right after the call. But I see Daryl is on. Excited for you to be on the call from Alexandria, um, uh, Virginia, fleet manager. So looking forward to them becoming members. But what are some of the other products that you can help work with people? I know you got a long list of more environmentally friendly things for people that they can use not only at the shop but at home. Well, just give me like two or three other ones.
yeah.
There's a lot of
So
good things. You talked about the tires, right? Which is amazing. What else?
yes.
Give me just two or three others you can share with the group.
So one thing, it is important to note that the ALA does not sell anything. They just make these available. So
Yeah.
I think for both fleets and facilities, something that can be used at home is, a lot of the paneling and boards that are put in garages and that are put in locker rooms of mechanics, that is actually made with formaldehyde.
Woo.
And yes, and a lot of people don't understand that, one of the biggest problems or one of the largest ways in which you encounter like breathing health problems are in your home and in your office because a lot of that stuff has formaldehyde in it. So USB partnered with a company to replace that, and they use that adhesive is made out of plant-based products instead. And that is just one of the easiest fixes that a lot of like people at home do. And we've seen some facilities use those as well.
Well, we got to keep spreading the word. I know our office is about to move to 899 North Capitol Street, and I hope that they're using some of that for them carpets
I
they're
hope so
throwing
too.
down in those buildings. So,
Yeah.
Ben said, "Are there bio-based interior detailing products for fleet vehicles? I know some of them have chemical warning labels, so just wondering."
Yeah, it depends on what you mean by, the interior detailing products. There are like cushions, et cetera, that can be used to replace some of those things that were made out of petroleum, actually. So, I don't know if that is in the Biobase Academy, quite frankly. But Ben, if you were to email, I'll put my email in the chat. If you were to email me, I could definitely connect you to somebody that could, help you learn a little bit more about those.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a lot of companies that are on here today that are interested in seeing how they can be more environmentally conscious and do good work. So please share that. Hosea, you had a question, or I was about to call him, but want to ask you, Hosea, about first we ask your question, and then I'll ask you a question.
Okay, it's more of a comment. I want and everything that I'm doing in this whole EV space, I always talk to you about it via email, text, or I'm bugging you with a phone call. And so we just completed a 4 month international cohort, and in that program, we were charged with putting together an international business plan, and I have completed a very what I believe is a very successful business plan for the international markets. We're trying to make a charge over in East Africa in terms of electrifying those regions and being a supplier of electric vehicles. I don't know if you recall, it was at the beginning of the year. I was in one of your webinars, and there was some representatives that was in the East Africa region that had contacted me shortly after the culmination of our webinar. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm doing a lot of things as we try to make inroads internationally as well, and permeating certain communities with the charging stations and electric vehicles.
All right, and I see a number of folks on here who are not members of the coalition, so make sure you do that. You do save some money at the conference if you are a member. Also, just a quick note that we have a newsletter that goes out to everyone every month, but we have a weekly press review that has up-to-the-minute information and funding, and that comes out every week. So if you don't receive it on a weekly basis, we put it out 52 weeks a year. That's because you're not a member. So just wanted to share that with you. So if you're a member, you get something from us on funding and business and job opportunities on the week, because you may have some family members, some kids and neighbors that are looking for jobs. We throw a lot of stuff in it. It's only 1 or 2 pages long, but it has a 90% open rate. And so if you're not a member, you need to become a member so you get that hot information outside of the newsletter, which only comes out once a month. But Jose, I wanted to see from you in terms of electric vehicles, as someone that's out there, how much awareness is there right now about the federal incentives that exist? I mean, you deal with people that purchase what online and in your different shops. Is the awareness getting better, do you think, yet? Or we do a lot of outreach, and it seems like still a lot of people don't know about the $7,500 incentive or the $4,000 incentive.
Yes, I think it has increased, but there's still a lot of work to be done, because the one thing, I guess the common response that I hear is that they feel like they will be stranded. And so it's gaining traction at times for the wrong reasons. And then they say, well, I want to make sure I hear my vehicle. They like cars that make noise. And so my response to that has been, what these EV do is one of the benefits that's not touted enough is that the health benefits that are associated with it. And that's the message that I am really purporting, because I, that will bring that awareness. I mean, I'm driving that every day, and so it's gaining traction, but there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, which is one of the reasons why we are putting a podcast right there on my showroom floor. It's probably one of the biggest thoroughfares in the Kansas City area, so that we can increase that awareness, not just in urban America, but just throughout the city and of Kansas City and other regions as well. So it's a lot of work that needs to be done. We're doing newspaper advertising. We're speaking on radios. We're putting the vehicles outside. Everywhere I go, I am touting the message. But then there's more work that needs to be done. And the grants and all the DOE incentives and other monies that are available, funding that's available, I think that is an issue. They're just not aware of all these different funding outlets to bring this awareness to the urban communities and other demographics as well, other geographic areas as well. And so we're touting the message every day, Antoine, sorry, we do it every day, but it's not enough. And then with this one person, well, one organization doing it, we need help. But it has picked from this a year ago. I didn't have it the way it wasn't as widespread a year ago as it is today. And so we just have to we have work to do if we're going to be the stakeholders in this space. It starts with us, it starts with me. I'm putting more EVs on display. Every EV that I buy, I'm selling it. And that is a common question if I'm selling pre-owned, whether it's got 10 miles on it or 50,000 miles, it's in the pre-owned car market. And one of the questions come up, the myth is when they buy it, the expectation is, where's my $4,000? I mean, I just sold a guy one. He was like, well, he said, well, so who gives me the $4,000? I said, well, let me be abundantly clear. It's not me. Okay. I want to make sure we're clear on that. And so, but I tell them you benefit that at the end of the year when you file your taxes. That's when you reap that benefit. And so that message there has to be some clarification there, because I'm hearing that a lot. And so I spend time talking to people about that and debunking that part of it, because they really do believe that I'm supposed to once we consummate a deal, they're expecting a $4,000 check from the dealership, but it doesn't come from me. And so I'm clarifying it. I'm making it known up front now, so that there's no discrepancies or unreadiness after the vehicle's purchased. So we got work to do. The awareness is increased, but we still have a lot more to do to get it out there.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. I want to go, we have a number of folks here. I want to give a couple quick updates on some funding announcements, and then I want to call on a few of our members to give some quick updates. So one, I saw Charlie on, before I give a quick announcement, I want to give Charlie a chance to give us any updates on what your company and organization is doing. Charlie Hopple from Pioneer eBoost. Charlie? Charlie may be moving around. Charlie may be moving around. All right. Charlie, hey, Charlie, I want to give you a chance to give some updates. I'm going to talk about some funding opportunities, but I want to give you a quick chance. Kim, if you can throw those two funding announcements in the chat while Charlie's speaking, that'd be great.
Hi, Antoine. How are you?
I'm great. How you doing? So just really quick, tell us anything new, exciting that's going on with Pioneer eBoost.
Absolutely. It's always busy. So eBoost, your mobile off-grid EV charging solutions, for helping with closing the gap when utility upgrades are long-term and your charging needs are as quick as possible. So of late, so I was down in DC a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, for the Clean Bus Summit. Highly recommend for 2025 for those that are in the area. Fantastic speakers, good attendance, and a great presence. We're actually out in Reno this weekend for STN, another clean bus event. And then we have a variety of shows we're attending in August. Of recent, we have announced some, we'll call it record-breaking deals with different school districts and supporting their clean bus progress, their transition where utility upgrades are going to take several years and buses are arriving, and there's an urgent need for interim power supply. Also working with a couple of DOTs throughout the country. More to come on those announcements, but continue to progress, continue to assist people in this, we'll say, arduous process of electrification. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I wanted to call on Vanessa Cacho, MTech. Any updates? Anything you're working on, Vanessa?
Hi, good morning, everyone, and hi, Antoine.
Hey.
Yes, hi. So right now we're MTech Services of DC. We're a commercial and multi-residential property service provider, providing electrical services to include fire systems, access control, security systems, CCTV systems. We do cable networking, and really anything to help make sure a building is automated to our customers' liking. So nurse call systems, many more things. Right now, we're actually working with Clean Cities Coalition to schedule an informative panel with the Coalition for Nonprofit Housing and Economic Development. So as details unfold, you all will hear more information about that. And we're keeping our eyes close on the grant funding available. So, there's grants coming up quite often, it seems like, in our space. And so we just really want to keep tabs of all the grant opportunities, go after these opportunities. We may be reaching out to some of you all to partner to go after some opportunities, because there's definitely strength in numbers and capabilities. So we're excited to be here, excited to be part of what Clean Cities is doing in the region, and doing our best to help expand our reach. So that's just a little bit from us.
All right, I want to give Burl a chance to give any quick updates on behalf of SESI. Burl, are you able to see him? I'm not sure if he's able to talk. Hey, Burl, how you doing? I know your company's working on a lot of funding applications right now, everything. It's a busy time for your company, right?
Yes. The windows are open again for the USDA grants on infrastructure, so we're looking at that. That's in the window right now, so that's one of the things we're looking at. But again, the whole summer season for grants is open, and we're here to help folks get the money and put the infrastructure in place.
All right, put your email in the chat, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so on that note, I wanted to mention a couple of funding opportunities that are in the chat. Two big ones. The EPA has a clean and heavy duty vehicle grant. It's $932 million. Applications are open until July 25th. I strongly urge you all to apply. If you need project partners, if you need letters of support, reach out to us. We can help you with that. The program also includes refueling infrastructure, workforce development, project implementation costs. Eligible applicants include states, municipalities, Indian tribes, and nonprofit school transportation associations. So there's a tremendous amount of funding. Again, that's $932 million. You have 14 days to put together an application. A lot of people, I'm hearing that there's not enough people teed up to apply. So you need to apply. Some of the institutions I'm hearing are short-staffed. So reach out to some of your local governments, state governments, county governments, nonprofit transportation associations, and reach out to them about helping them to apply for some of this money. You'd be surprised. Some of them need some help and do that. The next major grant I wanted to mention is the Charging and Fueling Infrastructure Discretionary Grant Program. This is through the Joint Office and USDOT, part of the bipartisan infrastructure law. This discretionary grant program provides two funding categories. It's really important. Two funding categories. There's a community charging and alternative fueling grants community program, and then there's a corridor program. And just remember that it is not all electric. This is electric, hydrogen, propane, and natural gas vehicles. There's also, you can put up charging stations, you can put up hydrogen stations, propane stations, etc. Natural gas facilities for vehicles, etc. So it's $1.3 billion, okay? That application is due, I believe, August 28th. So you have some time. So one is due July 25th. That's $932 million. And the other one is due August 28th. That's $1.3 billion. A lot of local governments and private entities are looking for partners. If you're on a team, GWRCCC can be your community engagement, education, and technical assistance, and some program management support partner. We can also do letters of support for your project as well. So please make sure that you apply. I wanted to go to Sydney Stern. Sydney, you have anything you want to share with us?
Hi, good morning. Just want to reiterate the Clean Heavy Duty Vehicle Program. Applications close July 25th, like you said. Definitely recommend applying. If you have any questions, you can reach out to the helpline, which I can put in the chat, or you can message me, and then I can
Sydney,
get you
you
in
forgot to
person.
say what organization you're with.
Sorry, I'm with EPA in Region 3. I mostly work on Clean School Bus and DERA, but helping out a little with Clean Heavy Duty so I can get you any information that you might need.
All right, you hear EPA right here, okay? So she's also working with us on our diesel emissions reduction program, and we really love that program, and we're really excited about this this new $900 million plus funding opportunity. That's a lot of dough, so make sure you apply. Sydney, anything else we can do to help promote the funding? As you can see, we're pushing hard for it.
Not at the moment. I'll put it in the chat, the helpline email for Clean Heavy Duty. Also just want to highlight, most likely more clean school bus funding to be announced this fall.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Let's keep this money going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. I will just emphasize we'll give let me see, who else did I want to give our speakers a chance to give some closing comments, then I'll wrap up with some announcements. So I want to thank all of the folks who, I know I try to move around. I can't get everyone all the time, but I will say, if you're not a member, become a member. We have a lot of benefits. We have the conference coming up. Charlie, we definitely will reach out to you. We definitely want you all. Charlie Townsend, also Charlie Hopple as well. Charlie, I'll follow up with you. But Charlie Townsend, any final remarks, Charlie?
Yeah, the only thing I do want to make note of is that, so for all of the things that ALA has reviewed, they are and can be used in electric vehicles as well. Except obviously biodiesel, but everything else can be used for electric as well. So I think that sometimes when garages and fleets are working on things, they make a distinguishment for products that but that is not the case. So I wanted to mention that.
And we'd love to have, you know, Charlie, I know you're going to be doing a training at the conference.
Right.
Hopefully you can have some materials. We're going to have a really big turnout this year. Maybe you can have some handouts and things that you can digitally, or a link or a QR code, or some brochures for some of the old school folks that we can give out with some of the bio-based products that they can look at. Would love to get some of your vendors to exhibit at the conference as well. Maybe you can help out with that as well. Maybe we can have a link that we can send you where they can exhibit some of their wares at the conference as well too.
Sure thing. You got it.
All right. And Mr. Haywood, what's going on? Where's my barbecue?
I'll send you as much barbecue as you want. I can overnight you some tonight. Will you be in your office tomorrow?
I'm here tomorrow.
I'm overnight. When we get off the phone, I'm overnight. You'll have some in your office tomorrow morning. I promise you. You'll have
No
some
worries.
tomorrow morning.
No
Okay,
worries.
and some sauce. All right. Closing remarks from my perspective is, I think that this EV is a good space to be in. And if I look back a year ago to where I am now, I can say that I've made significant progress. And so what that tells me is that we just need to continue with the charge. And I think literally, I think that it's going to get better. The best days are yet to come. And each day that we're out here purporting the message, driving the vehicles, touting the word, I think it just increases. So some of those people that I initially spoke with were anti-EV, but I also they're now a customer of mine driving EVs. Same with corporations. And so let's just stay aggressive in it and continue to make a positive charge. I think the message is starting to catch on. We got work to do, starting with me.
Thank you. I want to say, Seth, there's no reason why many of these grants that are out there, you can apply. You can use many of them for e-bikes. So let's have a conversation about that. In many parts of the country, coalitions are applying for e-bike funding. Our office would love to partner with you on some DOE and other federal, state, and private sector funding for e-bikes. We need to be able to do that. And we need to also make sure we get more of those e-bikes into some EJ communities as well. So let's have a conversation about that. I wanted to just make some final quick announcements. One is Tuesday, October 15th is our virtual conference. If there's some speakers that you're interested in hearing from, let us know. We are scaling up. You'll start hearing some of the panels. We're going to have probably good 75 plus speakers at the conference, some corporate leaders, a number of congressional members, some top level state officials as well, some of our local officials, and a lot of fleet leaders. We will have hopefully some big announcement next month for fleets. So stay tuned for that for our August meeting. Lastly, I'll let you off a couple of minutes early today. Again, job fair, July 30th, 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. in Baltimore. I think we put the link in the chat. Next month, we'll have a bunch of our biodiesel leaders and a few other leaders to give some updates as well on some funding and some projects around the region as well. That's August 8th. And again, we do have a networking event on Tuesday night, 5:30 to 7. If you're interested, it's going to be in DC on G Street Northeast. You do need to if you're interested, send me a note, and it is free. And there's opportunity for someone who wants to give some remarks to sponsor sponsor the refreshments. So any of the Charlies, if anyone is interested, let me know about that as well. You can give me a call. Other than that, please make sure you apply for funding. There's a lot of funding on the street right now. A lot of private sector, a lot of foundation funding, and make sure that you apply for some of those funding. I cannot emphasize enough, if you need letters of support, if you need me to review something, I am always moving a mile a minute. Call me, text me, so I can give you some feedback. That small thing may be the deciding factor between you winning and losing. And I spend a lot of time helping and advising people on grants. Our team does. We spend a lot of time helping people, whether it's trying to get commercial funding or government funding or whatever it may be. Let us know. We don't always have all the answers, but there's a lot of folks in our network that can be helpful for you. So without further ado, I want to thank you all for being here today. If you have not renewed your membership for the year, please do that today. Make sure you register for the annual conference. It's coming up quick. Don't forget to nominate someone as well. And make sure you don't get left out. And there is a discount if you are a paid member. If you're not current with your dues, do that. Because we do go through the list, because sometimes people register and say they're a member and they're not a member, or they're not a currently paid members. Do that. But we expect a big turnout for the awards luncheon, so make sure you register early, get you a good seat, and encourage other people. Many of you get a lot of this information. Share this information with other people as well. All right. Thank you all. If you want something, we are looking for door prizes for the conference as well. If you'd like to have a door prize for us to raffle off for our door prizes, let us know. We are looking for things to give away to attendees and to outside groups as well. We're trying to really have some big announcements at the conference as well. Without further ado, thank you all. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see some of you next week.
Thank you.